Jesus is at peace and Gypsy's right beside him. Seems how we're not dealing with anything at the John Edwards Motel any longer. The fact is I had to leave my vehicle behind because the vehicle got, what? Vandalized. So knowing that my door still does not lock properly, the door does not stay closed properly, and the perpetrator, my stalker, took the key and I made the motel owner slash manager aware of it. They never contacted me back. Everything's in writing. I have pictures, audio recording, and surveillance of everything from my room. I surveil everything. There is no lighting that was at the John Edwards Motel. Not last night, not the nights before that. And I'm pretty sure you already know there's no lighting out there tonight if you've ridden by. I've seen there's no lighting outside. And therefore, knowing that there's responsibilities to a hotel owner slash manager, any of the keepers, any of the people that are employed, I'm going to share with you the information that I have. And then you're going to know that while you're listening to this, I've got pen and paper in my hand, and I am filling out the paperwork for a federal lawsuit of negligence against the John Edwards Motel. And with that being said, I'm going to start sharing with you what has already been pre-recorded for another class, because I do that. I teach people about their rights of revolution, their rights of the Constitution, your rights to human rights, civil rights, disability rights, and more. So with that being said, I hope you all get a chance to listen to what I have to say, and you can pass this on. Pass the information on. Let people know that if you've had a problem with a motel such as I have at the John Edwards Motel in Dennis, Massachusetts, it's really okay to file a negligent lawsuit because it's all due. The fact is, my car was vandalized.
A hotel is liable to a guest when there is a property and they're injured or their personal property has been stolen. There is a common law called the innkeeper's duty, which states that innkeepers, hotel owners, are responsible for injuries to and theft from their guests. Another name for the type of liability is premises liability, which states that owners of land and buildings can be held liable for injuries to or theft from their guests. Injuries to guests may be caused by unsafe conditions such as poor lighting on the property. Theft may be perpetrated by other hotel guests or by employees of the hotel. Hotels can also be held liable for actions of their employees. Well, when a hotel guest brings a claim against a hotel, it is usually for negligence, which means the hotel failed to do something they were responsible for, like ensuring the safety of the guest and their belongings. So it's unlikely that a guest would bring a claim against a hotel for an intentional action, as hotels and their employees are unlikely to intentionally harm their guests. However, and therefore, the claim is usually for negligence, which must be proven in the court, okay? But how are you going to prove that? Well, here's how I'm going to prove it, because you see, when a hotel guest experiences an injury or has their personal property stolen while on hotel property, they may bring a claim of negligence against the hotel. In order to prove the negligence, the following elements must be proven in court. So the first one would be the guest was a paying customer of the hotel at the time and was considered as an invitee. Being an invitee, the hotel owed to the guest a duty of reasonable care, based on the standards of a reasonable hotel care for their guest. The duties are breached because of the hotel's negligence or failure to complete some action, which resulted in the guest claim, and in breaching the duty of care, the hotel directly caused the injury to or theft from the guest. So, what are the duties owed by a hotel? As mentioned, the duty a hotel owes to its guests is to meet the industry standards of care to guests. The hotel must care of certain things on the hotel property and among its employees and other guests to make sure all guests have the duty of care met. Invitees of property owners are always owed this duty and are owed protection, meaning that the invitee being the hotel motel guest. Okay, so if you paid to stay in a room, then you have the right to protection. Fourth Amendment right, all of your rights should be protected once you pay for that stay. What follows is a list of common duties hotels are responsible for to ensure the safety of their guests. Hotels must keep the hotel and hotel grounds in safe conditions for guests. Stay aware of any unsafe conditions, make repairs swiftly, and inform guests of any possibly unsafe conditions until repairs are made. Make sure there is security as needed. Hire enough staff and train and oversee them properly. Take care of any health and sanitation issues to include infestations such as bed bugs. Yuck, right? Make sure all locks on guest room doors function properly. Okay, well there's 6 of them. So what are some common examples of when a hotel is liable to its guests? Well, there's a way a hotel can be responsible for injuries to or theft from its guests. If negligence by the hotel can be proven according to the elements listed above, then a guest can receive monetary damages for their suffering. And I'm going to give you some of the common claims of negligence guests make against motels. Personal injury. If a guest is injured during the course of their stay on hotel property, they may bring a claim against the hotel. A guest who has items stolen from their room may make a claim. A guest may sue a hotel because another hotel guest committed a crime against them because of infestations, bed bugs, cockroaches, whatever it may be. Because of stairs or elevators in need of repair, and for actions of hotel employees. So with that being said, can a hotel be liable for the actions of its employees? Yeah, it sure can. So if an employee causes injury to a guest or steals items from a guest, the hotel may be held liable. This does not require that the hotel have had any knowledge which led to the incident. In a case like this, the guest would still just need to prove that the hotel is guilty of negligence. Under the theory of vicarious liability, okay, the hotel is responsible for its employees' actions as long as the employee completed the action within the scope of the employment, meaning in the course of their job duties. So, do you need a lawyer to file for your hotel liability problem? If you have been injured or have had items stolen during a hotel stay, you may have a claim. And it's against the hotel. You may want to contact a legal advisor, look it up yourself, or get free information and advice from an attorney, but handle the case yourself so you don't pay somebody else to tell the truth and pay somebody else to gain financially off your misfortune.
So what I mean by that is you don't have to hire an attorney that doesn't give a rat's ass about you and just makes devil deals with, the judge and the other opposing party. So what I'm doing is keeping a log history, call log, and YouTube of everything that's happened here at the John Edwards Motel in Dennisport, Massachusetts. I have written to the person by email that corresponded with me through the Craigslist ad to rent this room. Now, there you hear it. I read it off, and I'm going to explain a few examples of mine, like the other night when my stalker came through my room, through my door. Now, I had already called and spoken with a girl named Jill. She was very well aware. She's the girl that's supposed to be the manager of this place, okay? Spoke with her. She said, well, Edward's here, you can talk to him. I said, well, you're the manager, you can tell him. I've already written to him. Well, I've not one time heard from this person named Edward. I have seen some male subject out here that I believe is perhaps the owner. I don't know. because this place is so sketchy that nobody knows what's going on. And so I didn't get a receipt for my pay, but I know I'm paid up until Wednesday. And I have got calls that were made into the county for code enforcement, recorded calls to the courts and to the police departments, as well as to news media outlets, to let everybody aware I have full intent to file a negligence case against the John Edwards Motel. I have been harassed, stalked, and violated since the day I came here. I couldn't get my money back because they say they can't find my receipt. Well, why can't you find my receipt? I've got some more information to go along with that. My stalker is in a room not too far down from me. He made himself known. He made sure that I could not help but to notice him. I made a video about this and already shared the information with you a couple hours ago. Knowing that my vehicle is not able to be moved, I have no choice but to stay away and wide awake to watch over my vehicle, because subsequently there's no lighting outside of the John Edwards Motel. My door still does not stay closed. Somebody could walk by and touch it and it opens up. That's not a very safe situation. Not only that, but see, there's a door that is still wide open to a room next to me. I don't know what kind of room it is because it says private. That means that the door probably should be shut, correct? There's no lights on in there, but there's activity going on in there because they keep on rustling around in the room. I can hear the shit. So what are they doing? Camping out for free at the John Edwards Motel? That's why I can't stay there. And that's why this all needs to be investigated. I want to know why there were water leaks when it rained and the floor was wet. I want to know why there was no heat during the coldest nights. I want to know why the toilet is still running. Can you hear that? I want to know why this nasty ass shower curtain is even hanging. But you see, I did the best I can to clean with what I've got from what wasn't stolen from me, which was financial. My money was used. I was trafficked. And if you don't know what trafficking is, you're gonna learn real quick if you keep listening to me, because I'm tired of being abused, used, and hidden, and therefore I'm gonna keep on fucking speaking. Have a great night.